I'm going to do a basic stage makeup tutorial for you, so it'll be much easier for you to learn. You can learn at your own pace, so feel free to stop, pause anytime. Things that you're going to need that are on your list is you need just mascara, any kind, it doesn't matter. Mascara, not waterproof. And you need an eyebrow pencil, so just regular old eyebrow pencil. Cheapest as possible is fine. Makeup remover wipes, and don't forget that it needs to be enough for every single makeup change and for every day, including your rehearsals, so make sure you're adding those up correctly. You also are going to need an all-over brush, all-over face brush. Again, any brand, it's up to you, whatever you want to do. The second thing you're going to need is a sharpener, any brand, whatever it is. This one is one of my favorites. And then you also are going to need, for the girls, you're going to need an all-over foundation, your skin tone, if not a shade dark. And for the boys, there is foundation cakes in the dressing room, so you do not need to get this. But if you have it, bring it, because then you don't need to use the ones that are there. The other items that you'll need if it's underneath your name, and then this part here, some of the things that are possible would be brown eyeshadow. So you need an eyeshadow palette that has a dark brown and a light brown. It could be 2, it could be 10, it doesn't matter. Just as long as it has at least those two, a dark and a light. I have Naked palette. I know everyone rejoice. Naked palettes are awesome. But you do not need to buy this. You can have just a regular old 2-shade, perfect. The other thing that you might possibly need is just a basic black eyeliner. So that would just be a pencil, eyeliner, crayon pencil. Again, doesn't matter, you can get a cheap one. My hands are huge on this. It doesn't matter, anything will work. The other thing that you might possibly need would be liquid eyeliner. Again, any brand, not waterproof, perfect. Again, look here, it'll say what you need more. This is what everybody needs. Okay, on with the tutorial. So, first thing you want to do is you need to put foundation on your entire face. Something that will be provided for you on Saturday will be makeup wedges. They're little white wedges, but for this tutorial, I'm going to use my favorite pink egg. I love this thing. So, what you're going to do, you take your foundation, and my favorite thing to use for a palette is my hand. So you want to put a little bit on your hand, a good amount there because we are doing the stage makeup. So we want to make sure we have enough to cover our entire face. So you want to apply this liberally all over your face. So just dab, 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 and then go ahead and put on. And you want to work it into your face. That's the best way. So just go around, make sure you get your eyes, make sure you're getting up into your hairline, then just add more, dab, get your lips, and what you were doing is we're just trying to even out then any of our skin imperfections, and it keeps the lights from being shiny. So get more, and then you want to smoosh it in. So then when you're done, go around your whole face and just really just work it in. And this is a good tip too, to get a more airbrush look, is you want to just work it into your face. Again, you'll be using the white wedges, so you just do the same thing. And make sure you get around here and smear it in. Okay, there you go. A second step, not necessary, but if you do have concealer, because you use concealer already, any concealer will do. You can go ahead and apply that. If you need any under your eyes a little bit, I like to use, just put it on. Any other spots, if you have any like pimples or anything you want to cover up, you can do that. If you have a lot of freckles, if you have an eyebrow ring you got when you were 18 that stained your face, whatever. Okay? Like that, so it's pretty much basically plain. Alright? Then your next step that you're going to do is you're going to contour your cheekbones right here. So you want a dark line right here, especially for the stage, since it's really going to make your cheekbones pop. So since I didn't want you guys to have to get a whole million things, we're going to use your palette. So whatever dark color is the darkest in your palette, we're going to use that. So you're going to use your brush, and then this is my darkest color here. I think this one might be a little too dark, so just tap it. Can you see that? So just tap it in there, and we're going to apply it right under your cheekbone like this. And up and under. So see how my cheekbone is right here? So see how you can already see that? So it's going to come down like a C. So just keep on. Up and around. See how already it sticks out right there? That's what we want. Do your other side. It might seem like a lot, but it's going to look really nice when you're on stage. So, yep. See how it makes these really pop out here? Okay. Then the next thing we're going to do is a lighter color right here. We're going to do a highlighting shade. So whatever is your lightest color, go ahead and dab in there. And then we're going to go right under your eyes, just to highlight the top of your cheekbone. So it's just basically just going on top. So you have your darker here, and then you have your lighter here, and then we're going to do cheeks right here. Okay? And now what you're going to do is now we're going to do eyeshadow. So we're going to take our lightest color that's in your palette. It doesn't matter whatever yours is. So your lightest color, this is mine here. So you're going to take your lightest color, and your eyeshadow palette probably came with a little brush or something like this. I have these. If you do not have any, come and get one from me. So this is what we're going to do. We're going to take the lightest color, and this would be right here for mine. So I'm going to do that, and then I'm going to put it all over. Especially up right underneath your eyebrow. And you can leave this. You don't have to fill that part in. Other side. Okay, so you have your lighter color here and up top, here up top. And now you're going to take your darker color. So in my palette, again, that is going to be this one here, ding, 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 that I use for my cheeks. And you're going to put it just in your crease right there. So just take it, start at the end, and just go in. Like from here over and then up. Kind of like a wave, not like a C, kind of like a wave. See? If you do have another medium color that you want to use, go right ahead. Okay, and now what I like to do is take your big powder brush and we'll kind of just blend it together. Isn't everything awesome? It's my sister, she let me borrow it. Okay, so our next step is we want to do in our eyebrows. So if you have an eyebrow brush, go ahead and use that. If you don't, no big deal, just use your finger. Just rub them. Sharpen it. Anything you want to use a pencil, you want to sharpen every time before. Sharpen. Okay, so what you're going to do is you're just going to fill in. You want to use little tiny strokes. So you don't want to, okay? Just little tiny strokes and just. And we're doing this because we want our eyebrows to stand out, especially on the stage. It's really easy for our eyebrows to kind of disappear. So just little tiny strokes. And just follow your natural line. Other side, little tiny strokes. Kind of like you're sketching. You're not drawing with a marker. It's like you're sketching with a pencil. Okay? Get them as even as possible. I know my eyebrows are a little off, but that's how they are naturally. Okay? And now, what we're going to do, the basic stage face is going to use the exact same brown eyebrow pencil. And if your makeup sheet that I'm going to give you on Saturday, if it says to line the top, this is what you do. You just take it. You don't need to sharpen it again because it's just a little bit has been used. Sometimes if it's not working well, you can take your hand and kind of rub it on there because it kind of warms it a little bit and kind of primes it. So that's something that you can do if you're having problems. So you're just going to take it, and I like to work from the outside in, and you're just going to line slightly, that top line. Boys, this is what you do. All of your looks, you're going to have this line slightly with the brown pencil. So just take and just line slightly. Again, just little tiny strokes. And just go right on there, little tiny strokes. You're not trying to have a harsh line, you just want to have just a little bit of color. Just to define your eyelashes a little bit, just makes your eyelashes stand out more. Just a little bit. See? Just a little bit. And then, so do your other side. And this doesn't need to be perfect, just a little bit. Just to define your lashes. Okay? And if it says to line your bottom lash line, just a tiny bit. Same thing, just little tiny strokes. Okay, here. Just right underneath your waterline, just a little tiny bit. Just like that. I mean, it's just a little tiny bit. Other side. Okay, little tiny bit. See how it just brings them out. So we want, this normal look is just to bring out your features. It's not to have a face full of stuff. It's just to bring out your natural features so they show good on stage. So your next step is going to be mascara. This is the easiest way to do this. Boys, pay attention because you will be responsible doing all your own makeup. Mascara, okay? Super easy. Boys, you're going to do light mascara. Girls, you're going to do more. Boys side here is just put the wand next to your eyelashes and just blink. So just here, blink. Here, blink. Here, blink. Here, blink. Blink. And just keep doing that all the way around. And then a little bit on. And then that's just a way just to add a little bit of mascara without getting dull eyes. Okay, just a little bit. Girl side, you're going to put down wiggle and blink. And that's really going to get the mascara into your eyelashes. So under, wiggle, blink. On, wiggle, blink. Wiggle, blink. Wiggle, blink. Wiggle, blink. And then fan it out. Okay? So those are your different mascaras. Next thing that we're going to do are your lips. Everyone has different lips. You're going to get your own little lip things like this. And they're going to be different colors. So for different roles, you're going to have different lips. I highly recommend everyone have chapstick because you're going to be doing so many roles. You're going to need chapstick. So this is what we're going to do. You have your color. It's going to say on your sheet which one you need to use. So take this and then you're just going to use your finger. So just get in there. Ding, 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 ding. See? Another thing you're going to do is we're going to use the same thing for our cheeks. I know, genius. Okay. So just take whatever's on your finger, kind of dab it, and then just put it on your cheeks. You're going to go up right here. So just here. Use your other just to smear it in. And this is just the basic face. Smear it in. Really rough it up a little bit. Ta-da! That's it. Basic stage face. So practice. The last step's going to be a powder. If you have your own face powder, feel free to bring that. We do have face powder in-house, and that is just going to be a white all-over powder. So all you're going to do is you take your brush again. You get a little bit of powder, a setting powder, and you just all over. And all this does is just get the any shine off, and then just sets the color. There you go. Basic stage. You'll probably have to refreshen it, but this is what you do. Practice, practice, practice. And you can end now unless you have black eyeliner or black liquid on one of your instruction sheets, and stay on because I will show you that next. Bye. Alright, if you have black eyeliner on your instruction sheet, you just have your regular black eyeliner. And make sure, like I said before, that you want to sharpen it. Ding, 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 ding. Okay, so nice and sharp. Again, on your hand, kind of just to warm it a little bit. Alright, and same thing as before. And it'll also say thin or thick, upper or lower. So this is upper, this is lower, and I'm pretty sure you can figure out thin or thick. So same thing. So just upper. Make sure you're getting as close to your eyelashes as possible. And you don't need to be lining all the way to your tear duct. You're really just doing this top section. Okay, so that would be upper. Do you see that? Let's clean that up a little bit. So upper. And then if you're going to have lower, then it would be underneath. So lower, just right underneath. Okay, just like that. And if you like, you can smear it a little bit. It's smeared a little bit like that. You see that? All right, now the other side I'm gonna do with a liquid. So you can stop now if you just have liner, but if you have a liquid, stay tuned. Okay. So liquid liner is amazing, so please don't be scared. I love liquid liner. You may need to shake yours. Mine is shaking. And I'll show you the easiest way to do this. Liquid liner is pretty much like you're painting, so just think of it like that. This is your pot, this is your paint, and this is your paintbrush. I like liquid liner because I like that line it gives. It's very clean line, and I think it looks really nice. So the easiest way to do it is you're just going to take your liner and you are going to follow up from your lash line. You're going to use this your bottom lid right here going straight out as a guide. So that's the easiest way to do it. So just take your thing right here. So that's how it looks. It's just a little, like a little wand, like a little paintbrush. So you're going to go, so here's my bottom. So here's my bottom lash line here, and I'm just going to go just straight up. Straight up like that. See? Just a straight line. Just follow my lash line straight up at an angle. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to then connect that top straight across like that. And then I'll fill it in. So I'm just going to take this top and just follow it like that. See how there's like a little triangle, okay? And then you're just gonna go and fill that in. And then connect it a little more here. There you go. Huh. Seconds. I mean, it's really fast if you do it that way. Just up, over, colored in, make any adjustments that you need. And that is it, everyone. It's gonna be amazing. You're gonna be great, and it's gonna be so much fun. Come and see me if you have any questions. Bye.